Welcome back to another Powder of Knowledge rotation video, and today we have a new rotation, so we're going to be talking about what you guys should actually be buying from this rotation. Now, of course, as always, at the top we have the banner artifacts here. Depending on when you're watching this video, it'll be different, but right now we have Fumia running, so there's her artifact, and then we have the custom triple banner also available from the Powder of Knowledge shop. If you guys didn't know, it's not only available for the coins, but also from the shop. And in that case, usually you want to get the artifacts that you want, like Guiding Light, definitely an artifact you want to get. Draco Plate, definitely an artifact you want to get. Even Golden Rose, if you select it, definitely an artifact you want to get. So depending on what you chose for your triple banner, if you find yourself really needing that artifact, definitely want to pick one up. And I think the most important one out of all the artifacts you can choose is definitely going to be Guiding Light for PvP, and for PvE, probably something like a Bloodstone, I believe. I think it is another Ranger artifact, but it's still very, very good for PvE. Or even something like a Song of Stars can be pretty decent as well. Now, looking at the other artifacts and of course the Bottle of Knowledge, which you always want to buy as well. This is one of the easiest ways, if not the easiest way, to actually limit break your artifacts. You definitely want to use these on limited artifacts, especially collab artifacts, like something like a Rocket Punch, right, from the Icarina artifact, or from the Espa collab. Don't know if it's rerunning. Hopefully reruns soon, because it's been about a year now. So if you do end up picking this up, very good candidate to drop a ton of bottles. I'm probably going to max out another copy, because so strong nowadays, with like Pillis being very meta with it, and also of course Karina being very good with it as well. So definitely want to buy that. Charms, don't really recommend, because charms, even though they're hard to get, you get them eventually, and you want to save your powder for artifacts. So yeah, looking at the artifacts now. So ton of options as always. Let's start with the 5-star artifacts first. So Spirit's Breath, only really ever used on AOL, Angel of Light, to reduce the cooldown over S3, because when you activate your S2, it counts as a non-attack skill. If you have this at plus 30, it's a 100% chance. The only thing is, if you don't plan to max this out, which I don't know why you would, it's such a heavy investment in an artifact that's able to be used on AOL, sure, who's very good in PvP, but there's a ton of artifacts you can use on Angel of Light, right? You can use something like a, I think the most common one right now is going to be like Proof of Valor, right, for 5 stars. You guys probably know what it is. I'll just show you guys on screen, just so you guys can be sure. This one is very good on AOL, just makes her a lot more tankier. And AOL, Angel of Light Angelica, gets focused on pretty hard, so it's very good for her to actually stay alive and get multiple turns off. Also, when in doubt, if you're playing a mage, just run them on Toggal's Ancient Book, and it's good to go. So for Spirit's Breath, if you want to run her on that niche build, sure, if you have, like, I don't know, a ton of powder, but honestly, I recommend skipping. Then next we have the Air to Surface Missile, Misha. I think this is Kana's artifact, it is. And basically it's hit chance and crit damage, and this goes up to 20% hit chance at plus 30 or 15 at plus 15, which is still pretty good. Very, very good for units such as like Briar Witch's area, right? She has 50% hit chance built in. If you have this maxed on her, it's 20%. You get that extra crit damage. The only thing is Briar Witch's area, yes, she does want hit chance to hit like Aidens and stuff like that. And it does free up your Symbol of Unity, which is a very common artifact. I'm not going to show you because you guys should know what it is, but I guess I'll show you guys in case you guys don't remember. It does give you that hit chance and damage increase, but this artifact you only get one copy of that can be maxed from Guild Shop, so you're most likely going to only use this on like a Zahak, most likely for evasion units, to deal with evasion units. And for that reason, you probably want this on your Briar Witch. But if you don't have Briar Witch's area, not really worth it, honestly. If you do, and you're finding yourself needing another hit chance artifact to deal with those Aidens, maybe just one copy is fine. You'll have a 95% chance at one copy to hit the enemy Aidens and evasion units, so it should be good for that. Next we have Durandal. Pretty bad. It did get buffed, still pretty bad in my opinion. It's like more of an artifact you slap on tanky warriors where you don't know what to put on them, like Alencia, Shu. If you guys don't have the artifacts that they're good with, like Lethe's limited artifact, or like Draco Plate, or even Golden Rose, right, or something like that, which you can all get besides Lethe's artifact from the custom banner, then you would slap them on like Durandal, I guess, to make them cycle more, but pretty bad, not really worth it. Next we have Ancient Dragon's Legacy. So this artifact is exclusively for Fire Lilius into Lua, and that is because when Lua uses her her non-attack skill, Fire Lilius will activate her S2, and then that will actually decrease the skill cooldowns of all your allies. So after Lua increases the cooldown by 1 turn, Elios activates her S2, then this artifact procs, and it basically counteracts the effect of Lua's S3. So in that situation, it is a good Lua counter. but mostly only going to be used on Fire Lilias, and you only need 1 copy because Fire Lilias, even though she's really good with critical hit damage, you don't really need it. The main reason why you would use this artifact on her is for that skill cooldown reduction. So good artifact at 1 copy for Fire Lilias if you want to find a good blue Lua counter, because you're getting, you know, screwed over by blue Luas for some reason still. And then 4-star artifacts, never really recommend buying these. Yeah, the only ones I really recommend buying are like Taga Hell's Ancient Book and like sometimes Aureus. Moonlight Dreamblade used to be like one of the best 4-star artifacts in the game, but we have so many good evasion artifacts now for thieves, right? We have Double Edged Crescent, which I personally think is probably the best now. It basically gives you evasion and counter set in an artifact, which is insane. You also have Shepherd of the Hollow, very good. You also have something like Violet's Talisman. If you use this on a tanker unit and stacks up, it actually gives you more evasion, right, on like green Violets and stuff like that if you want to risk it. So like Moonlight Dreamblade kind of became like the secondary option nowadays, but still very good. So if you don't, you know, have evasion artifacts, still don't buy it, honestly. I actually just noticed the artwork is pretty nice, so maybe another reason to buy it, but honestly skip out on the 4 stars. Like CRN, not used anywhere. Infinity Basket, not used anywhere. Eternus, used on like Desert Jewel Bazaar, ML Bazaar, but not really worth using your powder on. So yeah, pretty much it for this video, guys. Just want to talk about the Powder of Knowledge rotation because, yeah, there's like some good choices in certain situations, like Air Surface Mishsoul, Misha, and I guess Ancient Dragon's Legacy, but overall, you want to save and make sure you actually buy the artifacts that you want from the custom triple banner. Besides that, good time to save. We probably have some collabs coming soon. As soon as those collabs get released or officially announced, I will let you guys know in my videos, so make sure you guys subscribe. See you guys next video. Peace.